reached that bittersweet moment where I get to welcome you for the last time this conference. I hope you've all had a good 4 or 5 days, as good a 4 or 5 days as I've had at the conference. One of the most important functions of CAHR is to promote and support our trainees. So the presentation of the new investigator awards is an important part of the conference, and even though it's at the end, we really like to recognize our outstanding young trainees. And this year, the winners of the awards can be especially proud. We had the highest number of abstracts ever submitted, so the level of competition for these awards was at the highest level ever. So I'm going to announce the award winners in each track, and if they are here, please just stand up and take a bow. You should definitely be proud of winning the award this year, any year. So for basic sciences, the winner is Ida Sivro. Clinical Sciences, Matthew Budd. Epidemiology and Public Health Sciences, Beth Rackless. Social Sciences, Elena Argento. So this year, this 25th annual CAHR conference, third time it's been in Winnipeg, has been an absolutely fantastic conference. From the moving presentation of the Red Ribbon Award in the opening ceremonies through to the spectacular setting of the gala last evening, it's been a special experience, I hope, for everybody. I'm sure everybody has had a great time. And for that, we need to thank and give a big hand to the co-chairs, Keith Folk and Marissa Becker. They and the local organizing committee did a fantastic job of arranging a first-class scientific program, a social program, and exposing us to some local Winnipeg culture. It was a fantastic conference. And we have a little presentation for each of you guys, if you want to come up. And I will give the last word this year to the co-chairs who did such a great job.
Thanks, Mike, and thanks everyone for sticking it out to the end. Just a couple of final points. As Mike mentioned, we're very pleased with your enthusiasm for this conference. There was over 700 registrants. When we were first thinking of doing it, we were thinking maybe we could get up to 600, but we blew that out of the water. And not only that, but we had, as Mike mentioned, we had 504 abstracts submitted, which is the most ever in 25 years of CAHR. So we're very pleased of that. So thank you for all your efforts there. We had a couple of different approaches with the conference this year, and we're scientists, and so what we do is that we do experiments, and so we had a couple of experiments that we conducted, and we need your feedback. So there's going to be evaluations that I think are going to be online or emailed out online. Yeah. So to ask you to go and give us feedback, because we want this to be your conference, and we want it to be responsive to your needs. And so the experiments were, the first was multidisciplinary sessions. So instead of having 4 sessions that were all in the track silos, we had one session that was specifically, we broke down those silos. And so they were in thematic areas, global health, indigenous, What were the other ones?
Prep and novel.
Yeah, prep and novel and global health and one other. Sorry, sorry. I knew them at one time. I knew them, and they were great. The idea is that you sit in a chair. You sit in one chair in one room, and we bring the 4 different tracks to you. And you can see some basic science, you can see some social science, you can see some epidemiology and clinical all in the same session. And it was a bit of an experiment, and so we want your feedback on how well that worked. I know that some people were hopping from one room to the other to follow their silo around to the different presentations, and other times people sat down, and some of the talks weren't necessarily their cup of tea, but it was all on the same theme. So anyway, let us know how that went. Also, importantly, in terms of community-based research, that was the other one, yes, because I was going to make a special point of it. There was, instead of having a separate CBR session, it was built into the multidisciplinary sessions, and there was a theme for CBR for one of the multidisciplinary sessions. So again, epi, clinical, social, and basic. How did those disciplines approach CBR or integrate CBR? So that was an experiment. Let us know how it went. The other sort of smaller experiment was the oral abstracts. That's where we took a couple of posters, and during the poster discussion time, we moved them over to a special area, and people presented them and talked about them to, so one person presented their poster to about an audience of, it was about 20 people in each session. So that was a little bit different way of doing things, and it was a bit of an experiment. So let us know how those different aspects, and if you had any other suggestions on how CAHR can continue to improve the conference, please let us know.
Thanks, Keith. So I get to finish up with some thank yous. First, I want to thank all of you for all of your attention. The attendance at the sessions has been fantastic, and that helps make the conference a huge success. I want to thank Katie for that excellent rapporteur session and all the participants in the Katie session. A big thank you to Keith as co-chair of this conference. It's been a real opportunity and a real privilege to be a co-chair for this conference, and so I'm grateful for that. Thank you to the Scientific Planning Committee for all their time and energy and efforts over this past year and bringing it together to what we think was just a fantastic conference. I want to thank CAHR office, Andrew, Shelley, Aaron, Ginny, for all your help and support over this year. Yeah. Thank you to Sea to Sky and Donna at the back, who's been amazing. All of the volunteers for their time, those blue shirts that helped us get through the last few days. Big thank you. The sponsors that allow us to do this every year, a huge thank you to everyone who provided support to putting this conference on. And we want to just make sure that we see everyone again next year in Montreal, April 6th to 9th. Did I get it? Yeah, April 6th to 9th in Montreal. We're looking forward to seeing everyone there next year. So with that, thank you very much. And we'd like to, I think, officially and formally bring this conference to a close.
Good job. It's been fun working with you.